Hello, my lovelies. I'm Dr. Lisa Matejka, and I help those with cancer navigate their inner journey towards health and wellness on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, to stack the odds in their favor and self-realize wholeness without having to suffer and figure it out alone. And today, I'm going a bit deep. As Einstein said, the sole governing principle of the particle is the wave. The particle is the physical, the wave is the non-physical. Our body, the cancer, is the particle, the physical matter. The wave is like our energy field. Many things affect our energy field, including other non-physical waveforms like thoughts and emotions, our mental and emotional states. Most cancer treatments, both conventional and naturopathic, work on changing our body's biochemistry. This can be very helpful, but miraculous healings, spontaneous remissions, occur by changing our frequency. There are many studies on spontaneous remissions and tons of anecdotal evidence that find one of the most important things, I would say the most important thing that can be done to change outcomes with cancer is this: gratitude, the true game changer. I know. Many of you are on bated breath, on the edge of your seats with anticipation, only to be disappointed and perhaps turn your nose up at what I just said. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Gratitude has been the answer to many of my problems as well, and it is not an easy fix. It is simple, profound, but not necessarily easy. Also, I know I can't totally relate to what it might feel like to have someone tell you you should be thankful for a life-altering, potentially fatal disease just thrown in your lap. Must feel disrespectful, inappropriate, dismissive, belittling, callous, harsh, patronizing, all these things. Of course, those are not my intentions, but I understand if you feel that way. But please hear me out. I say this unpopular thing because I really do believe it is the game changer. And I don't want to make it sound like if you can't do this or don't do this, that there's no hope for you. That is definitely not what I'm saying. But what I am saying, because many cancers can be treated successfully with just working on the physical plane, but also working on the energetic, mental, emotional planes just have a much higher and stronger likelihood for success. Frequency beats chemistry. That's why placebos work, and that's just with the mind involved. Imagine what getting the heart involved can do. Okay, so gratitude. Gratitude is what shifts us from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset, from our limits to our potential, from preoccupation with the past, or more often with cancer patients, the future, to the present moment, from fear to love, and from victim mode to empowerment. Empowerment, by the way, is one of the 10 common healing factors among those with spontaneous remission, according to Kelly A. Turner's research. That is one of the key things all the people with cancer who had spontaneous remissions had in common, was empowerment. So gratitude is the bridge for these very powerful shifts. So important, I will say them again. From scarcity mindset to abundance mindset, from limits to potential, from past or future preoccupation to the present moment, from fear to love, from victim mode to empowerment. How do you think your life would change if you could cross this bridge? So gratitude was found to have a very high frequency, similar to that of love. I have heard cancer has a frequency about 32 hertz, the body normally around 70 hertz. So raising the frequency of the body makes an inhospitable terrain to cancer. It just helps the body regain its own natural healing abilities and to heal itself. I'm going to be talking about gratitude first, sort of in general, some examples, and then I'm going to talk about gratitude specifically as it relates to cancer. You will want to stick around for that part. So, How can you find gratitude? There are innumerable things in our lives to be grateful for, even if your life seems to be absent of good things. Often we just don't realize all the good in our life until it is gone or taken away. But why wait? Here are just some examples that come to mind. Transportation that gets you where you need to go. A home that provides shelter and safety and comfort. For all the people that support you or challenge you or entertain you or have invented things that you love or use. For a smartphone that offers you convenience and opportunity more than anyone has ever had before. We live on a planet that offers us air to breathe freely, sun to light it up and grow our crops, food from the entire world at our fingertips that we don't have to personally work to grow, toil, harvest, process, ship, trade. Just go to the store or a restaurant and boom, there it is. Abundance everywhere. We have clean water to drink, shelter from the storms, warmth and cool and light and dark on command. The beauty of diverse plants and creatures, animal companions, or wild animals to catch glimpses of. We have technology that answers all of our curiosities and connects us to people and information all over the world. Being grateful, you can think, talk, walk. Even if that's not you, in a wheelchair, people find gratitude because they have found the capacity and the ability to navigate a more challenging life. Being grateful to live in a time in human history where everything is available to us at our fingertips with ease. Do we worry about surviving the winter if the crops fail? Do we worry about a neighboring village riding over with swords and spears to kill, raid, and pillage? We live in a time where childbirth is not a death gamble. Think about how good we have it compared to our ancestors. We have choices and opportunities that would amaze and shock them. But even now, there is always people who have it better than us. But there's always people who have it worse than us. Why compare anyway? We are all on our own individual journey. And as Teddy Roosevelt says, comparison is a thief of joy. This video refers to gratitude in all respects. Anything in your life you can be grateful for, anything else in your life, but also gratitude in relation to the cancer. When it comes to gratitude in relation to your cancer, acceptance is the first key step. Acceptance is the antidote to resistance, and resistance needs to be let go of. Firstly, because resisting anything that's already happened kind of makes you a fool, and it keeps you stuck. And yes, so accept what is, and then choose where to go next. Focus on where you do want to go, not on where you don't want to go. Focus on moving towards healing, not away from pain and death. This is very important for raising one's vibration too, because it is showing the focus on the positive, not the negative, is more empowering, chooses love over fear, and then gratitude can naturally follow. But why would anyone be grateful for something like cancer? Well, if you have talked to many people who have had cancer or read their stories, many of them have been very grateful for the journey because it has given them many things to be grateful for. Well, let me say it this way. It has changed their life in a positive way, or in many positive ways. For some, it has been the push and motivation needed to finally take charge of their health and live a healthier lifestyle, which not only feels rewarding and empowering, but it has made them healthier and increased their quality of life on the other side. For others, it has given them the inspiration to finally live their purpose, or see the world, or answer a calling that they haven't been listening to, or to share their gifts and talents with their community. For others, it has just been the perspective shift to see what's truly important in life and to make time for those things. A common theme is that cancer has indirectly corrected a path that was destructive or unsustainable or stagnant or just unfulfilling. A very powerful perspective shift that will change your relationship with cancer is this. Don't see it as something trying to destroy you, and don't see yourself as a soldier in battle trying to destroy it. Sit across the table from the cancer and ask, what are you trying to tell me? Make a list. Do this over time, a journal or a list progressively over time, and write down all the things you think the cancer might be trying to teach you, or all the ways you could grow, and all the things you have to be thankful for. Lots of people who went through cancer end up grateful because it changed who they were. It changed their life and where they are now going with it. There's no reason you can't be the same. Okay, so you're saying you're still in the very early stages and you're not here yet, and you haven't figured this part out yet. It's okay. Firstly, have patience with yourself. Secondly, you can start small. What can you be thankful for now? Have stage 1 to 2. Be grateful it's not 3 or 4, regardless of stage. You can always be grateful that it was found when it was at all. You could have been born with a congenital disease or a pediatric cancer that decreased your quality of life as a child and killed you before adulthood. Age is a privilege denied to many. Did your surgery go well? Could be grateful you made it out of surgery at all. Do you have a support system that loves you? Do you have access to treatment? In many countries, people don't have easy access to quality medicine. Be grateful insurance pays, or that you have the option to find a different oncologist if you don't like your first one. Or the ability to find other healthcare practitioners, complementary alternative medicine practitioners, integrative specialists. Be grateful there's so many books and information on the web, so many other people's stories, so much to learn. Grateful to live in a time where we can do complex surgery and where there is treatment available, much and many compared to hundreds of years ago. You don't have to be in gratitude 100% of the time. I mean, probably not even 80. I don't know the exact number, but more and more of it will start to shift you and your frequency. But also be grateful for the challenge itself. That is what life's about. It's not about remaining comfortable. It's about growing, rising to the occasion, and evolving. But perhaps you feel like you always have these challenges, like, why me kind of thing. I just have to say it's really important to not get stuck in victim mode. That is the most dangerous mental state for cancer because you are just giving your power away. It is said that in life, life, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, only gives us what we can handle. As Mother Teresa said, I know God won't give me anything I can't handle. I just sometimes wish He wouldn't trust me so much. So if you're very left-brained like me, you might be picking that statement apart and be like, well, that's not true. There's people that are given things they can't handle and they end up offing themselves. Well, suicide is a very unfortunate and complex thing, but what if it's not that they couldn't handle things? It's just that they didn't believe they could. Please have belief in yourself, my friends. It really is the game changer. It will make the world of difference. Cancer is full of uncertainty. Just be certain in your belief in yourself, in your reactions to the external world, that you can do your best to accept what comes your way and make whatever decisions you feel are right for yourself. And just trying to work on letting go of the negative thoughts and feelings and tuning into more empowering ones. Einstein said the most important question we can ask ourselves is, do I live in a friendly or hostile universe? And our answer to that is typically what shows up in our lives. So if you're still wondering how to connect with gratitude, here's a couple of tips. So some people do the daily or nightly gratitude lists and journals, and those are only effective if you're really being present with it and not treating it like another thing to check off your to-do list, because you need to get to the feeling. The secret is the feeling. The feeling is what actually shifts your chemistry. And I'm not saying it's easy. It will take some time and practice. Just don't give up. An easy way maybe to, and some other vehicles. So the journal is like a vehicle to get there, but meditations, mantras, affirmations, visualizations, these are all vehicles to try to get to the feeling. But take the time, carve out the time and the space, close your eyes, get into a meditative state, and just try to connect with gratitude. An easy way to try to begin to connect to that feeling is just think about what you are most grateful for in life. What are you most grateful for? And just relish in that, just embody it. Or think of a time you were extremely grateful and relive that moment. Eventually you can spread that to other areas of your life as well. So people often get stuck in negative thought loops. And how can you get out of that? Well, just know it's going to happen to some degree. Negative thoughts are normal and it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Think of it like a radio station. Everything is available. Just choose what you tune into. And to quiet the negative stations, you can quiet the volume on those by not feeding them, not following them, not following those thoughts, not processing them, not getting lost in them, not dwelling on them, and then choosing to go another direction. It is going to take some discipline. Choosing to tune into another station, to focus on something positive, like focusing on where you do want to go, not on where you don't want to go. And also, don't resist the negative thought loops, because the resistance is like a fighting, and that is actually feeding it as well. That energy is still feeding it. Where focus flows, energy goes. So don't fight it. Notice it. Thank it for its report. And then just choose to step another direction and choose counsel from a higher authority, like love and gratitude. And just don't give up. It is going to take time and practice. And maybe it'll be easy for some of you. Just remember, we live in a world full of loving and kind people, full of people that have overcome their circumstances. Don't focus on the opposite of that. As Tony Robbins says, what's wrong is always available, but so is what's right. So what are you going to focus on? Are you going to focus on being sick? Are you going to focus on getting better? What's a more empowering focus for you? We don't need to deny or ignore all our woes and the wrongs of the world. They are going to be there, and we won't forget them. They're not easy to forget. It's easy to be cynical. It's easy to blame. It's easy to be a pessimist. But it takes strength and courage to seek the light, to acknowledge and showcase all the good and the positive things in your life. Take joy in the simple things. The scent of a flower. How beautiful is the sky when the sun sets? Listen to music that lights you up. Watch something that makes you laugh. Smile at a stranger. And then remember what I said earlier. Sit across the table from your cancer and ask it, what are you trying to tell me? And I will say, feel free to listen to this video every week. Not because you need to see my face every week, but it is said we need to hear things sometimes 50 times before it actually sinks into our consciousness. And also, depending where you're at in this moment, your mood, your mental, emotional state, your consciousness, you're going to hear it differently. So you might hear things completely differently if you listen to this again. I just really want to make sure this message gets out because I think it is really important. So please share with others, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, not only so you don't miss other videos from me, but so that other people can find this information as well. That's what it's all about. So, yep, that's it for today. Till next time, I'm Dr. Lisa. I'm very grateful for you, and much love.